Good afternoon, Miss Nickolson. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. We're gonna find out what your past life wants you to rediscover about yourself today. So, the question, when thinking about your question in regards to your ancestors and spirit guides, a flash of the Nile River came into mind. So I researched and I found out, this is what I found out about the Nile River. The Nile River is a trading partners that sailed along the Nile River to trade their goods, sometimes also traveled to and from the eastern and western deserts. Egyptians bartered with their precious resources, including gold, papyrus, linen, and grain. They also used the marketplace as a post where people could gather and find them, socialize, find exactly what the community that they're training with exactly needed and what amount and portion. So it is no wonder, Miss Nickolson, that you're born under the sign Virgo and that your opposite sign is Pisces, the sailors of the seas. So, and the term bartered. The word bartered came to mind. Now, I know, Miss Nickolson, we talked about barter before, but imagine we never did talk about bartered. In your mind's eye, what do you think barter or bartering is? Is it to box a product or a service that you can trade with another? Is it tying in together the resources that another doesn't to trade? That's what the word bartered or bartering in my mind's eye comes into play. Think about, for you, what this bartering or bartered means for you. So, your ancestors definitely want to let you know that you are connected to the Nile River. You are connected to every community in that region of Egypt and even in the western eastern desert to have the worldly resources that they need to survive. So, I want you to know that you are important. Let's see to what extent is your spirit guides trying to lead you towards. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What does Miss Nickolson past life want her to rediscover? Okay, all right. Miss Nickolson, your past life first wants you to know that you, my dear, are a scribe writer. You are a scribe writer. That would explain why the flash of the Nile River came into my mind's eye. Besides trading, one of your niche when trading was also a scribe writer. That would explain why when you were on your boat sailing across the Nile River to people, when they asked for papyrus, rather than yes selling them that, you also gave them scribes of information and instructions on the things they might need to flourish. Like, for example, one was grain, right? When you traded grain, for example, to the marketplace, you looked at what kind of grains that they normally probably do not have or have but do not know how to grow. And you notice that this particular marketplace was going down under, and you seen the importance of that particular marketplace, because if that marketplace was to not exist, the people in that community would have either starved and went into poverty. So rather than prevent this, when you were selling the gold and linen, you and the grain, you said, look, I want to give you a papyrus of a gift from me to you. So it didn't seem like you were just trying to enforce your opinion on it. And you told them, like, hey, whenever you get a chance, see if you like it. And you were so slick that you probably put the grain into the papyrus and rolled it up. So when you handed it to that person, they could not dismiss it because the grains was in that papyrus. And when they opened it, they noticed that everything that you have written, and they actually physically did, not only worked to their benefit, but it helped the community thrive. And you were then seen as like a nobleman or a noble woman in that community. And once that happens, word of mouth, once it travels of how good your service is, that you not only use your service for them, but you took it beyond that level, brought you back more abundance. The card that was underneath, that's why I laugh. Miss Nickolson, you're connected to the high priest or priestess. That would explain why when you gave the papyrus with the grain to that marketer or to that marketplace that really needed the help, how you were also channeling the information in the proper even, because you're number 6, the even amount of intellect with the even amount of spirituality and emotions to help the person understand why they must plant or harvest it in a certain way. So, Miss Nickolson, your ancestors want you to know that your life purpose and your abundance and how your relationships and health will become in full circle is when you combine your high priestess side of yourself with scribe writing. Also, you can do it in auditing, like recording your voice. You can set up a YouTube channel where you're recording exactly what you consider a natural resource and ability that you could provide for your community. Because on Kiki's Doorways channel, communal living, Asia, a lot of these cards that came up for your Virgo readings on Kiki's Doorway have stemmed from you being a high priestess. And one of your skills and talents is a scribe writer. Does not mean that it's the only trade, because a high priestess has many. But what will probably get you connected to your community is through scribe or writing, through life lessons that you know can help another. So let's see what During Virtue says about the scribe writing first. Okay? And look, I got Buddha right here. Come on now. Tranquility, peace. Okay. So Miss Nickolson, scribe writer. This card reveals that you had a career as a writer or a scribe in the past lifetime, which may be why you currently desire to write. You have the natural thinking style or someone who can organize thoughts into the written form. And remember, scribe is also through pictures and symbols, hieroglyphics as well. If you're into design and fashion, you can translate that into an art. You could connect your natural resources with scribe, either through design or through actual writing. The fact that you had the discipline to sit down and write in that previous lifetime shows that you, yes, you can exercise the same trait in this life. If you dream of being a published author, this card urges you to pursue that path. Do research on writing and publishing, and more important, write every day, which can be in the form of journalism or journaling, letters, creative writing, or non-fiction writing such as blogging or articles. If you have a strong enough desire to be a published author and you are willing to put forth the effort, you can attain your dreams. So if you're wondering if your ancestors were connecting you to your life purpose, they are. They're showing you that you have many natural talents and abilities, and it stems from your High Priestess. It stems from your Virgo and Piscean side of yourself. Those are the two signs that are working with you at this very moment. Let's see what they say about the High Priestess for you. Remember, you can also record your voice if you're not into writing, or get a small notebook and just jot down like sayings or inner thoughts. Those inner thoughts or small sentences can turn into a page. That page turns into a book. And if you're into drawing and sketching, you could implement those creative arts into a scribe, which can translate into words. So, High Priestess. Miss Nickolson, you probably already know that you were a High Priestess or High Priestess during one or more prior lifetimes. Most people who have held those roles have a consciousness of it. You also retain your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into greater practice. It's time. It's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping the world. This card urges you to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fears about others knowing your beliefs. Yes, Ms. Nickolson, your ancestors want you to know that it's in your DNA. It is your birthright. Your family, your ancestors want you to know you are a part of the High Priestess. You are the next High Priestess in this lifetime. You have many natural abilities and gifts that need to be expressed. The cool part is you have them right in your back pocket, right in your front pocket, right in your kitchen, right when you speak, walk, talk, everything. Nike, just do it. And you will see your relationships with the opposite sex, your relationships with the same sex, your relationships in the way you would like to work, your relationships in how you see yourself, and how others will see you will become abundant immediately. So until we meet again, bring out the High Priestess of yourself. I love you. I and we will see you on the other side.